Hello and good morning, everyone. Good morning to my fellow teachers and fellow students. I am Mr. Wan Ridwan bin Wan Muhammad. I am from SK Batu 36, PPD Selangau. You can call me Mr. Wan. And as for today, I am going to present to all of you on WH question technique for English case-based learning, modern solution and modern day problem. The question is, how does case-based learning can be related with WH question technique? It's easy. That's why I'm here. I'm going to give you insight on what type of question that you are going to use to find data and specific information. Before we go further, I just want to clarify one thing. Uh, I know all the participants here is primary school students. There's no secondary school student. So I might be using dual language, which is English and Bahasa Melayu. Just a little bit of Bahasa Melayu so that we can get a clear understanding on what is going on right now. So I will make it short and simple as all the presenter are given 15 to 20 minutes to present their part. And this is the last part, which is WH question technique. So let's get started. So the big question, why is WH question? You need to ask yourself, why is WH question? What is this? What is all? Why is WH question related to this case-based learning? Is it important? How does this question lead to the solution? How to choose a proper question for your case? And then what is the need of WH question? You need to know the idea, the main idea, the objective and the purpose of the question that you choose for your case. And then lastly, in what is the characteristic of effective questioning technique. For this part, I will talk about the characteristic of the question, and then I will also touch on type of question that you can use to find a solution for your case. And yes, a question is needed to find a solution of the issue. At this point, student will only need to find what kind of question to find specific information based on the case chosen. Let us move on. Let us move on to the next one. Why WH question? So you as a student, you need to know what is the main objective and what is the main purpose and what is the main goal. You need to know why are you here. So for WH question, you need to know why are you developing and using particular question for your case and issue. So what is the objective of WH question? A WH question is used for seeking content information relating to person, things, fact, time, place, reason, and manner to ensure effective learning. To ensure effective learning, it can be done through collaborative learning and discussion with your partner and as well as your teachers to brainstorm on the case to find the solutions. So next one we have what is the needs of WH questions. For the needs of there is something wrong with a slide, but it's okay. You can keep going. I think you can still read this. So what is the need of WH questions? Number one, we have 7 here. There are a lot actually, but I think this 7 is more to what we can do for case-based learning. So number one, we have arouse critical thinking, meningkatkan kemahiran berfikir aras tinggi, kebat. So you and your partner, in this situation, you is a student. You and your partner will have to discuss and brainstorm on particular case to find a solution. So based on the case, you will have to think on the factor, causes, and how to tackle with that situation. And then number two, we have test understanding. For the test understanding, you need to know about your case. You need to know what is the main idea for your case. So for this case-based learning, each school will be given a different type of case. So you need to know what are you going to do with your case. So you need to fully understand about your case so that you can draft the process of problem solving to find the solution. And then number three, we have ensure effective learning. For ensure effective learning, I think the student will have to brainstorm with their partner and as well as your teacher to find the solution, and the collaborative learning and discussion take place which gradually improve their communication skill. So you will have to communicate with your partner and your teacher to talk about your case. So this is what we want. We want you to communicate and collaborate and brainstorm the idea for your case. And then number 4, stimulate prior knowledge. For stimulate prior knowledge, you as a student need to think of the solution by putting yourself in certain situation. Through that, you can know what is the thing that you can do based on your prior knowledge, as you need to think logically and rationally. Let's say, for example, you are given a case about flood, banjir. So you as a student, what will you do if that situation happened to you? What can you do? So if a flood happen, you will think of on how are you going to go out from the places, and how are you going to stay safe and keep your family safe from flood. So you need to think of the solution. So that is how you stimulate your prior knowledge. You need to think logically. And then next one, number 5, collaborative. Like I said before, you will have to communicate with your partner and as well as your teacher to discuss on the case and brainstorm the solution together. And then number 6, we have clear insight. It means you will know the process and able to think of the thing that you will do throughout the process. And then lastly, we have relate with the topic. So you will given this particular case. So you will have to think and choose the question that you need to develop wisely based on the topic, so that you will be on the right track, right? Okay, now we are here. What is the characteristic of effective questioning technique? So later on we will touch on type of questioning technique, but now we are focusing on characteristic of effective questioning technique. It's two different things. So for characteristics of your questioning technique, you need to have aim, bermatlamat. You need to have goal. What is the goal of the question that can be related with your case? And then it need to be clear. Number 2, clear, simple, and then from easy to difficult, meaning that you have to prepare question that is from general to complex, uh, so that you have the clear process of the case. And then provocative, you need to provoke yourself, you need to think critically on the case, and then you need to investigate, to menyoal siasat. And then suit with the topic, make sure the question that you develop based on the case need to suit, bersesuaian dengan topik yang anda buat. Okay. Okay, now we have come to the last part of my presentation. This is not the last part of my slide. Actually, this is the last part of my presentation. So we are talking about the characteristic of effective questioning technique. Now we are talking about type of questioning technique. So it's two different things. So for the type of questioning technique, I choose 4 type of questions, which are open-ended questions, closed-ended questions, and then we have funnel questions, and also lastly we have probing questions. There are actually many questioning technique that we can find and we can use, but I only choose these 4 because it's the most suitable with what we do with case-based learning. So for open-ended questions, question that should be answered with long responses. When someone asks you something, you have to explain the thing that they ask. So answers are often descriptive and explanatory. Question usually begin with how, why, explain, describe, and etc. And then the example, how can we get to this place? Why did you late this morning? Explain the process of baking a cake. What is the reason you choose the topic? And then the next one, close-ended question. Question that usually should be answered with short responses like yes, no, okay. And then answers are often short and factual. Question begin with what, do, would, and etc. For example, do you like it? Would you like this cake? Who is the author of the book? What is the name of the cat? So if I'm going too fast, I will make sure this soft copy of this slide, I will send it to the Telegram or WhatsApp group later on. Okay, next one. We have funnel questions. For funnel questions, it looks like a chorong. If you know what is chorong, if you look at the picture on the right, it has a triangular shape and a cylinder down there. We look for the big idea on the issue. You need to look into what you are going to do for that particular case. So, and then you have to start with general questions and then moving on to more specific question. So there will be multiple questions asked throughout the process. And then the question asked with the flow of the issue in order to find more detail. Like I said, there will be multiple questions asked throughout the process so that you can find the detail that you need for the issue. And then if you look down here, this is the example. What is the issue of PDPR during pandemic? So the issue of PDPR during pandemic, you ask yourself, you put yourself in that situation. What is the issue that you face during PDPR? And then you need to find the factor and causes. And then you ask yourself, will parents struggle to teach their students? Of course, they are struggling because they are living in the rural area and then there's no coverage. And then what can be done for the issue? What alternative, what intervention that you can choose, can do to overcome and tackle the problem? Is the alternative applicable for everyone? As you know, mostly in rural area, the students are actually living with their grandparents. So you need to know if you ask them to use handphone, mostly their age is more 60 and above. You need to find the solution for that so that the intervention is applicable for everyone. Okay, and then lastly, you explain the process. That's why I said for the funnel question, it needs multiple questions to find the specific detail that you want. And then lastly, we have probing question. For probing question, it means that you need to stimulate deeper understanding towards the topic by specifying on the detail, and then generate multiple responses. And then it can be used to find causes, factor of certain issues. And then you do the analysis on the consequences, why is used a lot to find specific information. And then you do reflection and connective thinking. So I think that is all from me for the conclusion. So teacher can guide the student to ask questions with their partner. So the teacher will, your role is as a facilitator to ensure the collaborative learning among your student. And then student can ask simple question. You can do it slowly. I get it. I get it. It happened in all school. So you need to let the student ask simple question. Gradually will lead to the result. Don't worry about it. So you as a teacher, you need to guide your student. I believe in you. So I think that is all from me. So thank you.